the head of the Youth and Hepalooks Department. And once again, by public demand, we welcome back Jerry Livson, the Ali Ashliah choreographer. I would like to start this evening by introducing the group who won the competition last year and who actually won the competition the year before that, the Redbridge Jewish Youth and Community Centre. The entry that they had last year was called Closer to You, and only one person who actually sang that song last year is still in this country. The rest of them are in Israel. And tonight we have Cheryl Saunders and Joanne Newman, who has volunteered to sing the song as well, and on the piano we have Miles Foreman. So let's hear for last year's winner, Closer to You.
Where the sky meets
That was Redbridge with Closer to You, last year's winners. Before we start this evening's competition proper, I would just like to inform you that marks will be under two categories. First, for content, out of 20 for each group, and secondly, for presentation. So there will be two sets of marks for each group, which you will see once we've had an interval after all 8 groups this evening have performed. So what I'd like to do now is set the ball in motion and introduce the first group, which on your programmes you will see is Habonim Dror. Now Habonim Dror are a Jewish Zionist movement, and they cater to the age groups between 9 and 24 years old. And their song, as written on the programme, is Chaim Pogesh et Habonim Dror, which none of us know what means. And all they've told me is that this is a world first. And it's really a very different entry. As I told you, this isn't a song contest, it's a talent time competition. And now I'd like to introduce you Tribal Dances by Habonim Dror.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, what can I say? It's not, as it said, it's not a song contest, so we thought we'd do something different. So we have kind of imported from Indonesia an ancient Jewish tribe. They are going to perform to you something that's never been done before, but in front of human civilization. All right? The Western world has never seen this. Would you please be totally silent, because total concentration is needed. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the Habonim Drawings. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you quite know, but in Indonesia, like here, like Top of the Pops, there is a top 10 of tribal war dances, right? So, Habonim Drawings now would like to perform in front of you this week's top 3. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3 is... Ladies and gentlemen, number 2 in this week's chart. Oh, sorry, you have a late note. Oh, sorry, Frankie Goes to Palestine with 12 tribes. Unfortunately, 11 tribes haven't turned up due to bar mitzvahs, policies, and industrial disputes and adverse weather conditions. So, to perform this week's number 2, they are unable to be with us tonight. So here, now for your pleasure, this week's Indonesian tribal number 1, AB and the Apes. Hey, no, yes!
Just got eaten on the way out. Right, they said it was going to be the world's first. I think that's the world's last. So, very nice from Hubbard in Troy. The next entry we had for you this evening is a group which has two entries from the Essex Teenage Centre. The Essex Teenage Centre is a group for boys and girls after bat and bar mitzvah, and Jewish education here is encouraged in a very informal atmosphere. Now this evening, their first entry is called Yes, My Darling Daughter, which is written by Sarah Brackman, and I believe they wish to introduce the number themselves. So if you put your hands together, please welcome Essex Teenage Centre.
We do not want our children to be lost to our religion, our people, our land through intermarriage and assimilation. Sometimes the erosion is so gradual that before we know it we have lost them, God forbid. The following song makes just this point. Mommy, can I go to Mary's? Yes, my darling daughter.
Thank you. Right, the next entry we have for you this evening, as on your programme, is the Barkingside Jewish Youth Club. And you will see, as it says here, that they have a medley. Now, the Barkingside Jewish Youth Club caters from the young to the not-so-young, and tonight's entry is from their intermediate section. I was originally told that this was called the Barkingside Quartet, and it was the Barbershop Quartet, and now I'm told it's a Barbarian Quartet. So I shall say no more, and will introduce Barkingside Jewish Youth Club. The next entry we have is from Woodford Council High School, the first and only school assembly society that we have performing for you this evening. There's only a few girls taking part actually, but it sounds like they're moving developments behind. Their song is called Just Pray a Little Bit More, and it's written by Amy Lee, who you might just be able to see. She'll be the one who's playing the piano. And the song is all about the point of obtaining peace within a Jewish nation, i.e. the State of Israel. So let's have a nice round of applause for Woodford Council High School. Well, the next entry we have this evening is from the Redbridge Jewish Youth and Community Centre. Now, most of you know about the centre, who cater from the ages of 2 to 92, and in fact you're sitting here now. I would just like to point out that before we actually have the next group, that all the proceeds from this evening actually go to the Redbridge Jewish Youth Council, and I would like to thank you all for your support. So now, Redbridge, their entry this year is called Running Wild, which is a song written by 11-year-old Renee Zager. Renee will actually be the smallest one on stage, you'll recognise him immediately. And the lyrics for the song were written by Miles Foreman, who will be playing the organ directly in front of you. The song itself is about a Jewish boy who is accosted by a street gang, and he doesn't understand why he's being persecuted for just being Jewish. So let's welcome the Redbridge Jewish Youth and Community Centre. These curtains get heavier every year. Right, the next entry we have for you is the Chigwell Jewish Youth Club, who, as far as youth council activities, have been in the dark of late, but I'm now led to believe that they're re-emerging as a force within the community, and this evening they're actually presenting an entry which is a variety compared to what we've seen before, and actually it's a dance. And to introduce the dance, they have their own senior child molester, Mark Cass.
Good evening. It is evening, isn't it? Right. From the poverty-stricken depths of Chigwell, we managed to put up together thousands and thousands, 20 kids of ages from 13 up to 14. After years and years of countless research, costume design, who makes use in a costume design, and months and months of choreography, sorry, I'm making use of teachers for a course, I'd like to present very swiftly, in fact, Chigwell and Hainault Jewish Youth Club dancing to Far, Far, Far. Like the curtain.
There's a man that we
next group this evening, I would just like to inform you of a forthcoming Youth Council event which affects the whole Jewish community. We are marching on December the 23rd in aid of the plight of Soviet Jewry, and this is a subject which as Jews should affect all of us, and we would like your support. Therefore you're all invited to march with us on a torchlight procession from the Betty Gable Hall, where we will be assembling at 6 o'clock on Sunday, December the 23rd. As I say, it is a subject which should be of interest to all of us, and we trust that you will be able to support us on that evening. Now, the next group, another case of deja vu, is the Teenage Centre again, and you'll see many of the same faces that sang earlier on. For this entry, they're accompanied by a tape by Megamo Duo, and the song is called My Zayda.
How many of us value or even remember the teachings of our Zaydas? This song will bring many tears to our eyes when we pause to consider our missed opportunities.
My Zadie lived with us in my parents' home. He used to laugh, he put me on his knee, and he spoke about his life in Poland. He spoke, but with a bitter memory, and he spoke about the soldiers who would beat him. They laughed at him, they tore his long black coat, and he spoke about a synagogue that they burnt down, and the crying that was heard beneath the smoke. But Sadie made us laugh, Sadie made us sing, and Sadie made us Kiddish Friday night. And Sadie, oh my Sadie, how I love him so. And Sadie used to teach me wrong from right. His eyes lit up when he would teach me Torah. He taught me every line so carefully. He spoke about our slavery in Egypt, and how God took us out to make us free. But winter went by, summer came along. I went to camp to run and play, and when I came back home, they said, Zadie's gone, and all his books were packed and stored away. I don't know how or why it came to be. It happened slowly over many years. We just stopped being Jewish like my Zadie was, and no one cared enough to shed a tear. But Zadie made us laugh, Zadie made us sing, and Zadie made us say her face of night. And Zadie, oh my Zadie, how I love him so. And Zadie used to teach me wrong from right. Many winters went by, many summers came along, and now my children sit in front of me. And who will be the Zadie of my children? Who will be their Zadie if not me? Who will be the Zadie them so. And they used to teach me wrong from right.
Before I introduce the next entry, I would like at this stage to thank the various people who have made this contest this evening possible. First and foremost, there are three people who have worked very hard in designing the stage you've seen, the lighting, the sound. They've really worked like slaves. I'd like to thank Ken Hammonds, Pat Hickey, and Michael Gold. Believe me, they've worked very hard. And now for the next entry, the last entry we have here this evening, from B'nai Akiva. B'nai Akiva are a religious Zionist group, and they tell me they're the largest youth organisation in Great Britain. The Ilford B'nai Akiva have 60 members, and tonight their song is called Bashana Haba'ah, probably not the version that most of you know. This one was written by Mark Krieger, and it's all about Aliyah before and after the Holocaust and the eventual arrival. So let's welcome B'nai Akiva.
Rest of the
we have completed our entries this evening, I would like to show you appreciation to the 8 groups who just taken part. We now will have an interval for approximately 20 minutes. Before you get up, if I could ask you to remain seated for about 2 minutes whilst we ask our judges to come up on the stage and our invite.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome back the winners of the first Israeli Talent Time competition